We live, Cam.
Ooh. Ooh.
Don't be nervous.
I had to turn a little bit.
Don't be nervous.
Wait.
Look, we both like,
no, you can't look
right?
at me.
What are you doing?
I mean, the last one, I can't even answer
Right.
or do.
Just give
Well,
me
you
a
ain't even
minute.
gonna get the last card because we pull off the top. Now that's what you get.
I'm glad. Because I can't do it.
So just so you know, that's sweet fire. It's not that spicy though, but all the rest of them are mild. So this parm garlic, that's plain, and that's barbecue.
Sweet fire sound hot.
It's really good.
It's, yeah.
So
Wow.
these are from Red Star on
Sweet.
Route 30.
Well, I don't like anything hot. Like, nothing.
Barbecue, garlic parmesan, and
The most I'll eat
regular.
is less hot, quote unquote hot, and it's not, it's spicy nacho Doritos. That's about it.
Okay, child.
That's about it. I like to taste my food, not heat.
I love to eat.
Like, y'all see me cry eating some hot food.
Okay.
Hey, y'all.
All right. All right. People joining on Instagram. Hey, y'all
Hey,
over there.
y'all.
I can't see nobody because it's so far away.
Cakes of Praise said, ooh, let me get a plate.
Hey, Spence.
I figured that's who that was, but I didn't want to assume and say it was a person on live. So, I don't want to get the wrong person credit.
Okay, so, all right.
Oh, my goodness.
We should introduce.
Hold up.
You did this last time.
Hold up. Hold up.
Right in the middle. I'm just getting ready to talk. She's like, oh. I guess that's like the downfall of us trying to eat and do the show now, but we trying something
You want a
different.
napkin?
Please. I guess this is something new. I wonder what people think
This
about
is
us eating on
something
the show.
The Cast of
Like while we
Part
talking.
2.
Now people
Featuring
having their
Black
feelings like
Man.
it's not
You get
presentable.
kicked
This
Kickbacks.
time,
Exactly.
we're gonna
Who
get
cares?
Yeah,
funky.
kickbacks, eating, talking.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Well, you don't have no wings. I get it. Whenever you're ready, I'll get you a napkin. You want a napkin right now?
It's up to you. No matter. Well, you can just
That's how he been the whole time.
you can just tell me where it's at. I go get it myself.
No, it's
No, I
okay.
get it.
You're our guest.
I am okay.
We're gonna take care of you. We told you
Nah,
that
I
already.
see.
We told you.
I see.
This is an experience. We ain't just here for play. We some real women. Okay?
We're gonna
I'm gonna need a
get
definition of that.
okay.
Definition? We'll talk about it during the show.
Appreciate it.
Okay, guys. So, welcome back. So, this is Wine and Grow. I'm Ken.
Okay.
She's Kay. I'm Ken, and this is Wine and Grow. We wine, we grow. When we grow, we need wine. So, this week, we are back with episode 3 of season 7 for the love of men. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Girl, what's happening?
We got
What's
Cam.
happening?
I think it might have been that shot. I think it might be that shot. So, we got Cam with us today. Say hey, Cam.
What's going on, y'all?
Tell
What's
the people
going on?
about
Who
you.
you are.
Cameron, Southside Chicago. No kids.
No kids. How old are you?
31, about to be 32.
31, about to be 32. No kids. Okay, Cam. All right. Okay. So, we're going to do the show like we've been doing. Like for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, I like to just give a little recap. So, this is season 7. We are doing it all for men. So, every episode, we will have a different man on, and we will get into their experience with love. We've developed some cards that we're going to be asking. These are questions from us as well as other women who we've just polled. They have no idea who the guests are, unlike us. But even us, we don't think about the questions based on our guests. We just think of questions for men in general. So that's where the topics are going to come from here.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna start though with these icebreakers because these questions are going to be primarily for you to answer. And then we're gonna, we'll tag in and stuff like that based on your response to ask additional questions.
Who set me up?
Nobody.
What are you talking about?
You been. So Cam has been on the show before, but he was just like on Instagram. He came in on the live a little bit.
Yeah.
So Instagram but Facebook never saw your face because you were just a voice. So we're gonna start with these conversation cards, which is like icebreakers, and everybody's gonna pull one. We'll all answer, and yeah, then we'll get to the juicy stuff.
Aw.
This is cute. You want me to start? Y'all
Yeah.
both looked at me.
Yeah.
Because neither one of y'all like y'all card. Okay, what's the most romantic thing you've ever done for someone?
You want first?
I'm like, we both
Okay.
said.
Y'all, first of all, let's just
I
start
asked the
off
question,
with,
so.
we took a shot before this, and I just drank the shit out of my drink like it was Kool-Aid.
So this week, even though it's Wine and Grow, we're not sipping on wine because our guest likes dark. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. We're catering to our men this season.
Would have taught me something new.
So we got his drink of choice.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little tipsy.
we out here. So yeah.
Okay, so the most romantic thing I think is I made a basket for this person of their favorite things. So candies at that time. DVDs,
that's always really nice.
Cologne, and then and some other stuff, and then a bear that wraps, and then a big old card.
Was your freestyle?
No, it was their song. It was their song. So yeah, I think that's the most romantic thing I ever did. Actually, yeah, that's the most romantic.
Roses, rose petals, a bear, out to eat. They want to go.
You gotta speak up.
Stuff
Put
like
that
that.
hand down, man.
Don't be shy. Speak your
rose petals, roses. I guess a basket of candy. They favorite place to eat. Stuff like that, you know.
Okay. I mean, I guess I would need to know what romance is to people because I feel like I've done a lot of nice things. Romantic though, I would just say, like he's saying, so lighting candles, dinner, nice lingerie, you know. So that's probably the most romantic thing. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Romance,
Playing some music, R&B in the background.
Yeah. You can go, Cam.
What? She said, yay.
Haley, yeah.
How are you financially preparing yourself for the future? For your future.
Okay. I guess
I didn't go first.
I'll go first. You went first? I think
Yeah,
you did. I'll go first. Saving and continuing, like just growing in my career, as well as starting to build things for my son. Not necessarily. I don't, because this is my thing about legacies. I feel I'm like, it's like a hit or miss for me because I feel like if you leave a business to a child, you're kind of forcing them to do what you want to do. You know, like, so it's like I don't want to force my son to do something that I felt like was mine, and I don't know if he has the same vision for his life. So I don't want to, and I really felt like that when my mom passed. I'm like, I don't want no house right now. I just don't want these responsibilities, you know. So I'm like, you just never know, and you call yourself building a legacy for your child. So so really financially just getting stable, so that way he doesn't get stuck with any debt. Saving so I can leave him some money to start his own business or whatever he would like to do. You know, not necessarily leaving my businesses to him.
Sorry. No, we're good. No, like that.
She
And
is.
that noise is wild.
You lying.
So I'm so sorry.
She like, what you doing for me?
I could go next. So for me, it'll be saving and just rearranging my bills, but also looking for other investments to help my money grow slow, and then other things to help my money grow fast. And when it comes to my kids, you know, they're about, one's finna go off to college soon. Ooh, Jesus. And then the other one is finna go to high school. So I want, even though it's like they're this big, I still want to start preparing them for what's next. I want them to not have to take out so much financial aid when it comes to loans. And, you know, just help them understand a lot of things
different than us.
Yeah. Yes.
Can I rebuttal?
I like that. Go ahead.
You got a kid that's gonna
I
go to
have
college?
2 children. Yes.
No,
my daughter is, she finna be a senior in high school.
How old are you?
34.
I never knew this.
Yeah.
I never knew this.
Yeah.
But I like that. Sorry.
What?
I like that you said, like, the things that you've said, like, because, like, leaving something for your children is not the only thing you can do to prepare them for the future. It's just having certain conversations with them and making sure they're aware of their options and the way that they should do things, especially if it wasn't something that you were well aware of when you were their age.
Yeah.
So, I like that.
Well, I say for me, like you said, investing, whatnot, like calculating the risk versus the reward, saving, not going out to Chicago no more. Going out to Chicago is like a bill in itself. Well, I ain't got no kids or whatnot, so my mindset is kind of different and whatnot. But I'm also aware that when I do have kids, or when I want to have kids, being prepared for that instead of like bringing kids in the world at this point in time
unexpectedly.
Yeah, or even if it's planned, but it's planned to have that kid or whatnot, but you didn't plan to making sure that kid is financially stable.
So you want to be, in your mind, prepared.
Yeah.
In all aspects.
Yeah, and then also, like you said, like you want to send your kid off to college or whatnot, this and that. But also for me, going to college is like, it's not the end all be all.
For sure.
And whatnot. And if they want to pick up a trade, even if you don't want to go to school, even if you don't want to go to college or whatnot.
I said, you ain't got to go to college, but you can do a trade or something.
I mean, if you don't even got to do that, like nowadays, people find their niche any kind of way.
I just want to do something.
My whole thing is just what's your plan?
Something like that's it.
And like, so financially, just being able to support anything that they want to do, or even myself, like whatnot. I also think how I prepare for that is also, like you said, like not wanting to like leave something that's forced upon your kid or whatnot. Like, cause we own the building that I stay in now, but it's kind of like I want it, but I don't. But I also want my own, so it's like just off the strength. If I mess it up or whatnot, because everybody's trial and error. Yeah. So if I mess my own personal building up, that's my fault. Yeah. But now if I not mess up something that somebody left to me, it's like, bro, that's a whole different burden that you just created.
Exactly. Baby.
So yeah, I think that's how I'm trying to prepare my future financially.
Okay. So, but you still got a car, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, only two of us have children, but do you have children?
I'm about to. Why do we get all these children cars?
Yeah. If so, describe your relationship with their father or mother.
What?
So
I guess Cam isn't answering this.
So I mean, yeah. I'm team FTK and I got him. Okay.
Okay. And our kids just may watch this.
Listen. They all but Sarai was just in my room on my bed, like, and talking on the phone on speaker, like she was in her room. Anywho, and I just said this to him Saturday. That so our relationship, I think that our relationship could be better, in certain aspects. But I was telling him, like, because I said we don't really have a relationship, but I don't know what I really want to know about you when it comes to like certain things about your life.
For sure.
So we talk, we communicate, but it's not like I can say we're real friends. We just co-parent, but I make him feel comfortable when he comes to my home, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're building a relationship because just certain things are happening, so whatever it's letting me know that we're actually building a relationship.
Yeah. And it's not that you really necessarily, coming from a person who has a great co-parenting relationship, it's not necessarily that you have to know everything about his life to have a great relationship with him. Yeah. Because it's just about y'all kids. You ain't got to know personally about him at all. Like, as long as y'all are just able to properly communicate. So, if y'all have that, then y'all have a great relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like when it comes to the relationship that I have with my son's father, it's kind of a plus. Yeah. You know, like, and it's something that people desire, but it's not mandatory when you're no longer with that person. Yeah. But like, cause my son's father, like, he'll still come to family functions, and stuff like that. Weirdly, he'd be like telling people, "This my sister," and I'd be like,
but you know what? No. So, but you saying that
this like my sister now.
Just Larius and her baby daddy, they say the same thing.
Yeah.
Their relationship is more like brother sister.
Yeah.
Because of the relationship that they have.
Yeah,
but it's like
the way we
can not. I don't look at you like that.
Because like he can talk to me about whatever, and he knows that. You know, like, I always have his back. That's because we've had kids so young. Yeah. You know, we definitely have to grow up together. So I've seen him grow and stuff like that. You know, so, and even like with his most recent his other children's mom. You know, like the relationship that I had with her. You know, like so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely something that had to grow. We had to grow
Yeah, I
into.
was gonna say, our relationship
Because when we
is not
first,
bad.
obviously, when you first end something to somebody with somebody you're romantic with, regardless if there's a kid involved or not, there's going to be some animosity, some feelings hurt, especially if you're young and you don't know really what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, so
I feel like it's smart to have kids young, honestly.
smart to have them young. I mean, that's what they did back in the day.
I would.
It's just frowned upon now.
If I could redo it, I would wait.
Well, I'm only saying because, like, say if I had a kid 17, 18, 19, 20, they almost out the house.
Yeah.
Come on.
They almost
done.
out. Get out. You got 5 more years. Let's
Right.
go.
Because my son's
But I would
16.
have had more knowledge, more wisdom. Like, I would have, I mean.
For sure.
And but me having them at this age is really a benefit to me and them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because there's so much that I've learned from my kids and learned how to parent them individually, and it's helping me learn about myself as well.
It's also helps you grow up faster. I'm not saying it's a good thing to grow up fast or whatnot, but it adds another level of responsibility that you didn't know that you had.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or another level of maturity that you didn't know that you had, or
Yeah.
another level of seeing things that you probably wouldn't have seen if you didn't have a kid.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty
it
sure
teaches you balance too, trying to learn how to have an adult life.
Yeah.
And be a mom. like it teaches you so much.
Like, for example, like some people don't know how not to go outside because you don't have a kid. You can do whatever you want, and then when you have a kid, it's like a shell shocking thing. It's like, bro, you don't have to always go outside. Like, sit down. Like, go home with your kid. Like, why do I see you on Instagram every weekend? Like, go home with your kid.
Because our kids are grown. That's why.
I might need some.
No. So, but what are they doing during the week though? Are they spending time with their kids?
I'm not talking about kids that are like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that can defend for themselves. I'm talking about like kids that's like, I'm talking about kids that's like, yo, you just popped that motherfucker out like 2 weeks ago. like, bro, like
because they carried this baby for 9 months. They couldn't drink. They couldn't sleep. They wanted.
But this how that little badass got created in the first place. You doing everything over again. You on.
But
you
that's
on social
why
media.
it's a learning experience. Everybody don't learn the lessons as fast as everybody else, other people.
I mean, if I burn my hand on the stove one time, I don't need to learn a second time.
Experience is the best teacher.
I mean, it is, but if people be like, "Oh, I'm by myself," and then you back out doing the same thing again.
For sure, for sure. I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Amanda Seals,
okay,
do not
Amanda
sue
Seals.
us. I'm like, do not sue us, okay? Do not sue us. You can start, Sequoia. Oh, Cam, he went last.
Nah.
He went last. He went last.
This kind of wild, though. This kind of wild,
Both of y'all is tweaking today. Wow.
Yeah.
What did he say?
She know why.
Wow, okay.
That's kind of wild, though.
But go ahead. Start
That's
off.
kinda
You
wild.
should get that out the way. Way.
You how can you say that? It's wild, though. Like, really?
You want to switch?
You and your significant other finish having sex while you are washing up in the bathroom. You overhear them starting to masturbate. What would your response be?
Sorry, my face.
Honestly,
listen.
I would probably just ignore it.
I mean, it's different for a woman and a man, though. Like, it's different.
I'd probably
Not
say
you
something.
sit back like this.
I mean, I would no, but I would.
You
probably,
gotta sit up. They gotta see you.
I would probably say something sarcastic, like, "Oh, so I want enough for you," like, but I wouldn't like be like offended and get mad or whatever, nothing like that. But I would just probably be sarcastic, like, "Okay, you need some help with that," like, you know, like, or obviously you wasn't done, or you wasn't done, you know, like I was just, to me it would be sarcastic because if you know, I mean, you don't know how but whatever.
Yeah.
So yes,
okay.
I wouldn't be like upset. I would just feel like maybe he wanted more and I was just moved too fast.
I'm a product of this.
So,
but
you're a part of a masturbation?
This happened to you before?
What?
No. But I wouldn't be bothered by it.
No. I mean,
Like I said, it
I feel like because
it might be different for a man.
I
and
think
a
so.
woman.
That's what I was gonna say because I feel like if it's for a man to masturbate after, I feel like maybe he just wants more, and I just got up too soon. You know, so I really want to get offended. I would more than anything be trying to. Okay, I mean, we not finished. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You know.
Can I add another layer to this question?
Sure.
Is this relationship on the last leg? Because if it is, I don't care.
And I was gonna say, then I don't care either. Like
I don't care if it's on the last
you?
leg. Like,
Do you? Bye. Okay, do what you gotta do.
I don't know. Like, they start masturbating
Don't say that.
right after the fact.
But he just adjusted his question.
Right after the
you're
fact.
saying you don't really care. You don't.
I don't
What
care.
How do you feel?
If it's right after the fact, like, damn, like, you could have went somewhere else and made it, like, discreetly or something. Like,
So you
it
would
might
be
be a
offended.
pride thing.
You would be offended, yeah.
I don't know,
But I feel like
What
that
if they
for a
could be
man.
doing it to like be like, okay, like let's do it again, or like I'm still turned on. Like what if?
But
they
you,
do like
this
that?
is the thing. A lot of women
I'm
don't.
just saying.
A lot of women don't come like during sex.
Yeah.
So they may just want that orgasm.
I mean, they also can participate in making themselves come out during sex. Like, you could do a lot of
But a
things,
lot of
like-
men be selfish sometimes.
Bro, this is teamwork. I'm trying to get mine, you trying
I
to get yours
think,
too.
but y'all gotta know that's not teamwork. If you trying to get
Yeah.
yours and I'm trying to get mine,
We
that's
trying
not
we
teamwork.
trying to get it at the same
I should be
time.
trying to
Like,
help you get
gotta
yours. You
work
be trying to
together.
help me.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's the thing with.
okay, in a lack of better words, I was saying what you just said.
Okay, y'all
I'm
have,
trying to help
you have
you
to
get
make
yours,
sure
you trying to
that
help
you're
me
looking
get
out for
mine.
your woman because she's going to need more than just actual, but
Yeah.
like she's going to need more than penetration to have her orgasm.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if you masturbate right after the fact,
If she had her orgasm, she wouldn't.
but the question says,
I'm just saying. To answer.
you wash it up. Do you think everything is finito?
What's the next question?
You might have to go after that. Like, bro, you go to your mama's house.
Go to your mama house, not even home.
You
Go to your
couldn't.
mama house.
Because he said you come to my house, I ain't going to yours.
I might have to cry after that one. Like, damn, you right after the fact?
You don't have to cry.
I'm talking shit.
What was the main
That's strong.
reason? Yeah, girl, that's why I said I was drinking this shit like it was Kool-Aid, and I did not understand
It's
life.
Sequoia was the bartender, y'all.
I kind of walked in.
strong.
Y'all both was kind
I made it to her likings. She told me what to do, and I made it.
I need some more lemonade.
She said she said 6 shots, a splash of lemonade,
And a splash of Coke.
Coca-Cola.
I did not. But that sounds like how I would order a drink at the bar. Splash lemonade, light ice.
Toilet with a straw. What was the main reason your last relationship didn't work? I don't know. I don't know.
We talked about this last week, y'all.
Right.
If you were paying attention.
It was what I assumed to be, but I don't know. So, there's my answer.
For me, my last relationship didn't work because the person that I was dating just had too much personal stuff going on, and he was not present for me. And if you know me, you would know that last year was one of the hardest years of my life because I lost my mama. So being in a relationship with somebody who could not support me through that, and not even before that even happened, it was just other things going on, like to just show that I wasn't a priority. I was always the last priority, I'd say. I was always last, and I didn't appreciate that. And of course, as an adult, you kind of understand where certain things have to come into play. Like, okay, I can't always be first, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, at some point, like, and that's why losing my mom was like the final straw. Because I'm like, okay, if I can't even come first in this situation, I'm never going to be a priority for you. So it was just, that was just it. So that was why it ended.
Next question.
Why the show?
Next question.
You would answer it.
I ain't got no comment.
Why?
I can't remember my last relationship.
Wow.
But no, like, for real, I ain't been in a relationship like good 4, 5, 6 years.
Really?
I'm one of those, like, I don't just hop into stuff, not saying that people do. I don't. I think I mistakenly got into a relationship one day and it was like
one day.
it was a mistake.
Mistakenly.
Yeah, it was a mistake. Like, I was working at CTA, I was talking to a chick, and I'm thinking that we just joking around. We talking to each other, we're not getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Oh, I don't do those things unless we're in a relationship." I'm just thinking that it was like a casual conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Went with my girlfriend. She was like, "Yeah." And I was like, Paul was like, "Is that a serious yes?" Because that wasn't a serious question. Like, but she was serious. It was like, well, damn. I guess I'm in a relationship.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So how did that end?
I found out she was crazy, and it was like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
What do you mean by crazy?
Like, just doing too much. Like, bruh, relax, chill. Like, anytime we had like a disagreement, it was always, well, such said this, such said that. I don't know who such is, and why are you going to other people, and like just doing weird stuff.
So she was just
like,
messy.
Yeah, and then like my sister had graduated from law school,
Hey, sister.
and she had I was like, okay, cool. I gotta buy my sister a gift. I can kill two birds with one stone.
Mm-hmm.
You come with, and I can say I spent time with you.
Mm.
Two birds, one stone.
Did you?
I spent time with you and buy my sister a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Quality time.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked for a suggestion and whatnot. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
go with her. I didn't go with her suggestion. I just got something else.
Mm-hmm.
And so in her mind was like, oh, I went with you to get your sister a gift. I'm entitled to go to your sister's graduation party.
Oh.
It was like, you're one of these people.
Oh.
It was like,
How long have y'all been dating?
like I said, my question about dating, being in a relationship was sarcastic. So it was kind of like still kind of early on in the dating thing.
So you weren't ready to bring her in on type of
No.
like.
No, it wasn't. And it was like, we had an argument about that, and then she came back. My coworker said this, my sister said this, my brother said this. And it's like, bro, what? Like,
Yeah.
are you a kid that you gotta keep going behind people? Like,
And that's definitely a bad habit of women, to get other people's opinions on how they should feel about how something is happening in their relationship. Like, what do you feel? Like, it doesn't really matter to you.
I'm glad you said there, because I don't think I was actually in a relationship. I don't think I was actually in a relationship.
All right.
It was kind of crazy. It was like, wait, time out. No.
Okay. My question is, what's your go-to way to deal with a stressful day? You can go first this time.
Realistically or politically correct?
No, realistically.
If I want to go to a stressful day, realistically, I'd rather slap somebody. But realistically, I just listen to music, vibe out, cruise around, maybe go down Lakeshore Drive, vibe, whatnot, listen to music, and then go back to reality.
Me next.
Mm-hmm.
I either listen to music or I'll just find something funny to watch.
I like to do this. I like to eat and drink after a stressful day. For real, I'll go get some wings, have me a nice drink, watch some TV,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, just relax, just unwind, you know, like, so, because most of the time if I'm stressed, maybe I don't even feel like being around people, so I wouldn't say I would go out. I just want to just decompress. So I just have a drink, watch some TV.
I like being in the house anyway, so that's why
Yeah.
I say, yeah, mine's
So-
just music, watching something funny.
Okay, let's get to the juicy stuff. All right. We done with these. And for now, because we're going to bring them back at the end. All right, Cam. We asking the questions again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one.
Uh-oh.
What do you feel like every black man deserves?
Respect.
Respect. Do you feel like respect is something that a lot of black men just like get regularly? Is that why you saying that?
Now, no. Like years ago, maybe. But now it's like, I mean, respect is earned and whatnot. But now it's like, everybody want men to do this, men to do that, men to do this, do that. But it's like, if you're not understanding what a man goes through in life, how do you expect that man to react to something? Like, say if I'm dealing with you and I'm coming home and you don't respect me.
But if you're saying respect is earned,
I'm taking care of everything. I'm coming home, being loyal, faithful, helping out with the
so
kids.
I should naturally respect you.
I mean, I'm doing everything that you asked me to do. And
Okay.
you're not respecting me, but I can go to work, I can hang out with my guys, I can do X, Y, and Z and find all this respect. And I'm coming home to none. It's like,
Ooh.
this my jam. I'll bump this like repeatedly.
And
It's
they
my
was
jam.
talking about that. That was kind of what they was talking about on, what was that? So Shameless or Hard to Solve? So Shameless, I have to listen to. So Shameless.
With the man girl.
Yeah.
And I only say that because of her voice, y'all. Yeah.
Because they were talking about the fact that women can go out into the world and listen to everybody but they man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was So Shameless.
So that's basically what you just said.
Yeah. In a nutshell.
Yeah, like, but so you feel like I'm going out getting all of this from everybody else. I want to come home to something
To the most important person that I'm dealing with. Like,
and knowing that you got me at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Go ahead, friend.
Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you express love in platonic relationships?
How do you express love in platonic relationships?
Like a lot of drinking. So platonic is non-sexual, right?
Platonic is non-sexual.
Okay, cool. I want to make sure. I want to make sure. So, like, for example, like, for me, like, non-sexual relationships and whatnot, like, being supportive, like, helping hand.
Are you in the view on Instagram?
What?
I feel like you're not in the camera on Instagram.
I can move over here. Let's guess.
I thought I was. I believe I was.
Okay.
To answer the question, helping hand, supportive, an ear. If you need something, I'll be the first one to help. You know, hang out, chill, vibe.
That's how you express love.
Yeah, like I'm not. For me, I feel like I'm a naturally genuine person or whatnot. As long as I feel like it's genuine back and whatnot. Because I act accordingly. Like, if you're not genuine, I'm just gonna not talk to you, not mess with you.
So you be matching energy and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, like being supportive, whatnot. Like, if you're going through something, I'm always a person to listen to it. Like, I'll always ask, like, do you want me to just listen? Or do you want me to rebuttal? Because you want me to rebuttal.
That's good that you asked that.
You might not like it.
Because that's something we just started doing like a couple years ago. Like, making sure like that we were basically making sure that the other person was in a safe place to even receive what we wanted them to hear. And then the opposite, them asking, do you want my advice? Or you just asking me to listen to you?
Because, like, if you come to me venting and I hear something like, wait a second, nah, that was stupid. Why'd you do X, Y, and Z? Then you come like, oh, I didn't want you to respond. You should have told me that. Like, you should have told me that in the beginning, because I'm not one of those, like, I'm not one of those that's going to just allow you to just say, oh, well, you did this and this person did that, and I'm mad at this person doing this. Bro, did you not hear what you just said? What you did? Like, I would react in the same way.
You gonna hold account. You gonna make that person accountable.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you know when you're ready to take the next step in a relationship? Like, when you're dating somebody, how do you know you want to be them to be your girl?
I mean, I ain't been in a relationship like I said 4 or 5, 6 years.
But
so
at
this point.
So at this point, when you're dating, how would you know that you're ready to take that next step, though? What would a woman have to do?
Right now?
I mean...
Or what would a woman have to show you, not necessarily do?
I don't even think it's about the woman for me at this point.
Okay.
I think it's more just about me.
Oh, okay.
Because of the fact that over the years or whatnot, I became comfortable being by myself. I'm not one of those people who have to be in a relationship to say that I'm in a relationship. Because at that point, why you're in a relationship just because you want to be in a relationship? Like, it's not benefiting you or that person. And so, like, I am comfortable being alone. So I guess for me, it's like when I step out of that, like, that stage of not being comfortable.
So that's when you know you'll be ready to date.
Yeah, like, I mean, for me personally, I tell people from jump, like, if you're looking for a relationship, you're looking to date, I might not be that person you want to talk to.
That's good. You got that.
Like,
awareness.
I'm not gonna lead you on and be like, oh, you said you looking. No, I didn't. I told you from day one. I don't care. This day 720, 1001. I told
Y'all
you.
heard him. What he's saying. Listen to what a man tell you.
Like, I told you day one before we did anything. Like, I wasn't looking for this and that. The door was left open for you to walk in and for you to walk out.
Damn.
You decided to stay. That's on you.
Wow.
Like, I mean, honestly, for me, I just never felt like, personally, even as a
There's some women out there who need to hear that.
Like, even as a younger guy, like, I never felt like the need to lead somebody on to get something. Like, if they're gonna give it to you, they're gonna give it to you.
Hello.
Like, there's no need. Oh, I'm looking for a relationship, but you just looking to have sex.
Mm.
Now you out here doing people bogus or whatnot, and then wondering why people looking at you sideways. No. Like, cause I'm not gonna give you the chance to ruin my name before I ruin my own name.
Just be honest.
Exactly.
Being honest.
But,
Like he's giving people the option to deal with you.
Yeah, but
and at that point, once you're honest, then it's on them.
Yeah, but I feel like for me to step off that stage or whatnot, I think it depends on like I said, majority is me.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think it also depends on the person mentality, like what they want, how they act or whatnot. Like how you act around me matters or whatnot. That matters the most. I don't really care how you act. I mean, I'm not around.
Okay.
I mean, I do, but I don't because of the fact if I'm not around, I don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could be you can say, oh, I'm classy, but you're the most righteous motherfucker away from me. I wouldn't notice. I don't see it.
That's why I try to be myself at all times. At all times. And you just reminded me I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But even though I told my nephew today not to go.
You can do it now, right?
I can, but I just don't want to get up and go
Oh.
over there. So it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You got the next one?
Yeah. How do you show your love when in relationships? Although you ain't been in a relationship in 6 years, in that relationship, how did you show your love?
But that one didn't really count. You know, pretty.
Okay, any relationship
Uh,
where you were in love, how did you show your love?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't really
what would that
answer
look like? Even though you're not in a relationship, if there was somebody that made you feel safe enough to love them, how would you show your love to them?
Like I said, like
This is crazy.
younger me didn't know how to like show love or whatnot.
Okay.
I was probably young, immature, playful, not taking it serious. Older me, it just be the same. Like I said, being supportive, being an ear, somebody to lean on, like compromising, letting her have a voice. You know, like being what a relationship's supposed to be. Like I'm pretty sure everybody has that. Like everybody knows what a relationship's supposed to be and whatnot, and like everybody might have their own different way how to get there. But relationships about loyalty, respect, like compromising, like being there for that person or whatnot, no matter like what struggle they're going through, X, Y, and Z. So I think that's like how I'll show my love or whatnot.
Okay, so this is a rebuttal to her question because she kind of asked the question. But okay, so in your past relationships, or just in general, how can you be made to feel safe so that you can express your love?
Being comfortable, loyalty, respect, not like dwelling on something that already happened. If we already talked about a situation or whatnot, I don't need to hear that same situation coming up 5 more times. Like, bruh, that was last year. We moved on. If you say we moved on, you need to act like we moved on. Like, you can't move forward and be this so-called in love.
Because it'll cause you to shut down.
Yeah. And whatnot. Like if I'm expressing myself to you or whatnot, and I don't hear this as an attack later on down the line, I'm comfortable with you. I feel safe with you or whatnot. Like I don't have to worry about like, okay, if I express myself, will this be used against me?
Right.
Like if I express myself, now he's soft, now he's vulnerable, I can take advantage of X, Y, and Z. So if those actions isn't happening, I feel like being in love or being comfortable in love would be sufficient or it'll work.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. This ain't how it's worded, but how do you know if it's love or lust?
If I had a good paying job that paid me 6 figures or whatnot, and you stayed around a year later, and I got like a 5-figure job, I guess I don't know. Like I don't know. You know, some people be just in there for money or whatnot, and then as soon as the money dry up, they be gone. It's like, oh, was you really in there for love, or was you there for me? Like, so I don't really know. Like,
but how do you know if you're in love or if you're lusting after somebody? Like, how do you decipher the difference?
I mean, me personally, I don't go off looks, so I don't know how that works for me.
So what do you go off of?
personality and vibes.
So you can meet somebody ugly, and you'll be able to be with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because of the fact looks go away, like looks fade away after a while, and your personality could be shitty, and now you ugly as hell.
That's different. That ain't.
Whatnot.
That's different.
Like I've dated some unattractive chicks before.
Okay.
And
To you, they've
unattractive, like
right.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, no, that was unattractive to a lot of people, but but it wasn't just me. But I won't say like on a scale of 1 to 10, it wasn't a 1, 2, or a 3 or a 4, but it was like it might have been a 4, maybe a 5 on a good day, 6 on a great day, but it was like all about vibes and personality and whatnot.
Wow.
Like I've dealt with people who might have been on an unattractive scale or whatnot, but did everything for me. I also doing everything for them too.
So because you're not falling for their looks, you feel like it's definitely not lust.
Yeah.
You don't feel like lust can be anything outside of looks? Like you lusted for something
it
that
could,
they provide?
Some
Because
people,
lust is just like a yearning for something.
yeah, yearning for something or whatnot, but like most guys have the impression that ladies are after money or not. And that might not be the case for ladies.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, guys will talk. Get this money, get this money, get this money. You can get any chick that you want. But also chicks are, you got a bag. Always be secure or whatnot. So that downfall of get this money X, Y, and Z is that people are going to want the same money that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatnot. Yeah, some people might lust off attractiveness. Some people might lust off body, X, Y, and Z. How this person smell, how this person walk, how this person talks, X, Y, and Z. But like I said, I've never been the person that go off just looks. Like your looks might get you in the door, but is it gonna get you to stay in that door?
Yeah, nobody believes you about the unattractive person.
I mean,
What are they saying?
I
somebody said Cap, and then Kim said laugh my ass off on an unattractive scale. Cam with the question mark.
I mean, I'm just saying, like I could call a few of them, like
no, please don't.
So I can call a few.
Like,
what?
I mean, like I'm just saying,
You
like
want to call somebody and they? So
I mean, for example,
like,
I'm pretty sure.
let me know I'm not.
I'm pretty sure we have seen some ugly ass dudes having some badass chicks. Like, bro, how the fuck you pull this? How you pull this chick? You ugly as hell, bro.
It depends on who he with, because he probably got money.
I mean, yes,
And
that might be the case. That might be the case. But I'm saying, like,
you know how they got that running joke about black men loving white women from Iowa,
and they be ugly. That chick be ugly
and
as hell.
big.
But it's a prime example.
But they taking care of them.
But why you fall for her?
But because they taking care of them.
So how her ugly ass pulled this dude?
You're right. I feel you. I get you.
You gotta be something.
They just don't believe you. The people out there don't believe you that you got like unattractive women. We're not saying anybody.
I mean,
because and if anybody follows Cam on Facebook,
I'm an honest person.
Some of his stuff be a little like okay. you going a little far.
I am an honest person.
So even with you saying that, I just couldn't imagine you dating somebody that's just not attractive.
I couldn't imagine him lying about dating somebody that's not attractive. Because why would you lie about that?
You lie? But at the same time, I still couldn't just imagine you dating somebody that's not.
I mean, I ain't walk around and say I
but
dated a bunch of dimes. So I ain't gonna say that.
So let me ask you this then, as a rebuttal. Do you feel like you are attractive?
I mean, everybody should feel like they're attractive. Even the ugly people should feel like
Do you feel like you're attractive, Cam?
I mean, I ain't gonna be turning no heads like, damn, who that?
Cam, yes or no?
Average. I say I'm average.
Yes or no?
In the scale of like...
Yes or no?
Yes or no question.
Average. So
yes. Do you feel like you're attractive?
Yes.
Do I feel like I'm attractive? Yes.
I know
Do you
I'm
feel like you're
attractive?
attractive?
I'm alright.
I can't stand you.
I'm an honest person.
Okay, well, you know what? But your response explains why you would date a woman that's not attractive.
I'm sorry.
No, not even that.
Because you're not confident in yourself physically.
No, I feel like I could pull anybody if I really wanted to pull somebody. I could pull somebody if I really want to.
So say that, but
what I'm saying is,
he said I'm not the cutest guy.
I'm not the most sexiest man in the motherfucking world.
I can still get what I want.
Yeah, I'm saying
like
be
the sexiest nigga in the world either.
But yes,
I'm not saying I'm the finest girl in the
but
world
I
either.
know that you better than the average nigga. Like,
yes, but some people got their heads so far up their ass, like, I'm this drop dead gorgeous. Like, bro, you're not that. Shut up and sit down. Like, you're not that. Like, I'm an average person.
It's the confidence for me.
Like, I'm very confident that I can get anybody that I want to. If I put effort into it, I can get that person.
Period.
But I'm not gonna go around and act like I'm big headed, like I'm this type of this person. No, I am probably like a 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Like,
that's high.
Yeah.
Okay, 5.5.
Oh my God, no! We're saying it's high. Like, okay, so that goes. That's
you rating yourself high.
Right.
Yeah.
You're rating yourself high, but you say you average. So that doesn't match. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, cause like people, like I said, like I guess me personally, I've never walked around with like this ego that people think that I have, or the sign of the people I have, or whatnot, and everything like that. If y'all like, since y'all know me kind of personally, whatnot, people are like, oh, Cam, you this and that. It's like,
wait, how many questions?
Yeah,
you
nah,
asked?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just an average.
You got
person.
6 already?
You said talk. Oh, girl.
That's 6,
what you
right?
counted.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, so this is the last one. Because there's 7 been our lucky number. We're going to stick with it. How do you separate your love for your mother versus your love for your significant other?
I feel like me personally, well, guys wise, like just being around other guys or whatnot, we try to find somebody that's like kind of identical. Not identical, obviously somebody's gonna be identical to your mom.
Damn.
But
That's wild.
I'm not saying like that as like mama boy type stuff
yeah.
and whatnot. But everybody be like, oh, my father did this, like my father did that, my father took care of this and that, so I'm looking for this in a man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So like vice versa for a guy, it's kind of like my mom was this type of person, my mom did this, my mom did that. Rather using a 2-parent household, or whether using a 1-parent household, I came from both.
I hope y'all are listening. So literally, the last guest we had said the same thing.
Yeah, so I came from both. I came from a 2-parent household, so I saw my father do X, Y, and Z. So I kind of know how like what you're supposed to do as a man relationship. And also, when my father passed away, it was kind of like now I have to learn a whole nother, like a whole nother lifestyle coming to a single parent household.
How old were you?
I was 9.
Okay. All right. So that was an adjustment.
Yeah, so it was a kind of adjustment. So it's kind of like still living off like the standard of him, but also recognizing the type of woman my mother is.
Right.
Or whatnot. So like you can't come to me like, oh, you this type of woman. No.
For sure.
You can't come to me like that.
So you're looking for the
characteristics.
So the question is though, how do you separate that love though? So even if a woman is presenting characteristics of your mother, how do you not love her as your mother? Like, what type of love you give your mother versus the love you would give your significant other?
Because, like, that bond between a child and a parent is never going to go away, and nobody can change that. Regardless of how much this young lady or this older woman, whoever she is,
Young
does.
lady or older woman.
I mean,
Listen,
40s,
this bed is open.
Okay.
40s, 30s,
He said this young lady or older woman.
27, 30s, 40s, you know,
Okay.
But like, how do I separate it or not? Like, of course, you're not my mom, so like, it obviously is a difference.
It's a physical attraction.
Yeah, like, but the standard or not is kind of like held or not. So that's how I kind of like can like choose the difference. Like, okay, like you had a characteristic of her, but this and that. My mom is arguing my mom, but I'm with you. You don't have to meet her at the T. Like, you don't have to like be identical to her or not. But like everybody is taught what you should look for in a woman, what you look for in a man, and whatnot. You have the qualities, you have the moral values and whatnot, and I can separate that from you're my spouse, you're my significant other. Like, I love you as such. I love you as my girlfriend, my wife. Baby mama, who knows? Who knows what the future holds me or not. But like you can just like
hopefully
vibe, feelings
not a
and
baby
whatnot. Like, everybody has different feelings and whatnot. Like,
for sure.
And your feelings, my feelings with my mom is totally different from what I have with my spouse. Like, and eventually that outweighs my feelings with my mother or whatnot. Because obviously my significant other will come first before my mom.
Same thing Em is saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Sydney said confidence is more attractive than anything.
For sure.
And then Garrick said, I think what no question answering Cam is trying to say is that his ability to pull chicks has nothing to do with his looks.
Period.
Okay.
Talk about no ability to answer questions.
Hey man, no comment.
No, not no ability. He said, "Girl, you just put." That was
wait,
not,
that's not what
he said. No question answering Cam. Because
Okay.
he wouldn't answer yes or no.
Okay, no answer. I'm sorry, I added a word.
I did. I said average. That was an answer.
But you weren't answering the
The
question.
scale can tip to the yes or the no.
Goodbye. Okay, come on, pull y'all cards.
Depending on how I feel that
We
day.
doing 2?
Yeah.
Should we just pull out 2 right now?
Go ahead.
I can't answer this question.
Wait. Whoa. What? That's 2.
You said
You got two.
This is my second one.
Okay. Who's first?
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, this. I'm gonna start with this one because this is a great way to, segue off of what we were just talking about.
Okay.
So, if you could only save one, your mother or your significant other, who are you saving and why? You want to go first?
It's all about the answer. But
You go ahead.
Oh, you don't.
You can go ahead because my question is
What?
My answer is a question with an answer. So
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So. Oh my gosh. Mom, dads. I hope you guys are not watching.
It's about moms, dads.
Because I would save my significant other.
Why?
Because this is the person that I'm about to spend the rest of my life with, however long that life is. So this is the person I want to continue to try to build with, and I want them to be here, to be experience our lives together, our children if we have them. Like, I want us to try to at least try to grow old with each other. I don't know. I can't change anything outside of that. I've had a life with my parents. Although I would want to live more of a life, as they get older,
This is a very deep
things
question.
start slowing down for them. So it's just like I've cherished so many moments with my parents that I'm okay. I would like to believe that I would be okay to let them go.
Yeah.
So, say if I got divorced a year later, how would you feel?
I mean, that he's still here, so it's not to say like, even if we had a divorce, ain't no telling what the feelings would be at that time. So but that person is still here. I still have memories with that person. Even if I see them, we still have things that we have together. Like, it's not to say that the relationship can't get better either.
You better than me.
I'm gonna say, because I love your answer, but I'm gonna say my mother, because you only get one mother, right? You only get one father, but I can meet somebody else.
Yeah.
So, especially since this is only saying significant other and not my husband. So.
Yeah.
I mean, your husband can be a significant
But
other.
also, I'm just saying, like, I can meet somebody else, but I cannot create my mother again.
Are you saying that off the experience of losing your mother?
No, I'm saying that just genuinely off of the fact that, I mean, I guess that can contribute to it because I know now that my mother is gone, I can't replicate her. I can't just go get another mama. Nobody will ever be Peggy Jean. But I can, all of the people that I've dated, I've clearly dated people after them.
Yeah.
So I know I can date somebody after this person. But I can't go and get another mother after my mother passes on. But after my significant other is gone, I can go meet somebody else.
Yeah.
My question is, are we gonna last leg in our relationship? Cause if it is, she gotta go. But I think even though like my mom would not, like I already experienced loss of a parent. I was at a young age. And like she said, you already cherish the moments. My mom has lived a wonderful life, even though with her health issues right now, personally with herself. Selfish me would say like my significant other because of the fact that I'd rather my mom not go through her health issues or whatnot. And you could be at peace and also be with your husband.
For sure.
My father, X, Y, and Z, and whatnot. That's selfish me, I guess. I don't know if that's selfish me or more like
That's honest.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm saying. Like selfish me is like,
it's actually
live your
more
life.
considerate. It's actually more considerate of you than selfish because you're saying I would rather relieve you of these pains and allow you to live a life the rest of your life.
But also not taking into consideration how she feels. Like, even though you want the health stuff, maybe you want to live longer.
But it ain't something you're considering her.
Yeah, but I might choose significant other because if I'm married with that person or whatnot, I chose death do us part or whatnot. So.
And exactly, death do us.
Yeah.
But so I might have to go significant other because of the fact that like you're the person that I'm starting a family with. I maybe started a family with. Can't start with my parents. Obviously, not gonna happen. So
I get it.
So
I get it. I
other.
agree with y'all. I mean, maybe I am just speaking off of my trauma, but and it's fresh. It's fresh.
But that's the thing though. Like you're 100% right to feel that way.
Yeah.
It would not. If I can go back to 9,
the person that I'm dating may have something to say about this. Like, so,
if I can
you gonna get rid of me?
If I can go back to 9 years old me and whatnot, I would pick anybody else besides my father to pass away.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Like you're 100% honest. You're 100% right to feel the way you feel. Like nobody can tell you that you're wrong for picking your parent over your significant other. Cause like you said, you can always find somebody else. You might be in love at this moment, but you might find better love after that person. So,
for sure.
Because you just don't know what that also the death of that parent can do to make the changes in your life for you to catapult it to a whole different type of growth.
And that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if my mother had passed, maybe I would have still been holding on to that last relationship a little longer. Because I thought that was the breaking point for me in that relationship.
yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say the wild one for last.
Okay.
What do you consider to be husband or wife only benefits? Should these benefits be given while dating?
Wow.
No.
That's a great question.
No.
What are husband and wife benefits?
So what are husband and wife benefits?
I'm not paying your car note. I'm not paying your rent. I'm not paying none of that while we're dating. I'm not doing none of it. Sorry. None of it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Just not doing it.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
I do everything else, but I'm not paying that.
I'm trying to think what our husband and wife benefits. Because especially for a woman, I feel like that's harder to answer because so many men are expecting you to do things to prove that you are wife material.
But at what point in time?
Well, when you're in a relationship, right? Like it's like the question we asked early on, like how do you know if you're ready to take that next step? So if I'm not showing you these things, how do you know you're ready to take this next step with me?
But at what point in time though? I'm not expecting somebody to show me wife duties.
Exactly, and I'm not going to show that 3 months in. I'm not going to be doing all this, cooking for you and bending over backwards and doing all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
However, we been dating for like a year or so. I'm trying to show you, especially if we've talked about this being the thing that we're aspiring to be.
Yeah, but some guys don't even think about. I mean, some guys should know if that's person's you're gonna marry, right?
Yeah.
But some guys don't think about it till like it's getting serious. Until like maybe you might throw a hint, like, oh, my friend's getting married. How do you feel about getting married?
Mm-hmm.
You might just throw out a little subtle hint. The guy might already had that thought, but he might not know it was the right time to do it and whatnot. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what point in time do you actually show, like, wife duties? Because like, for example, you're not gonna call somebody your boyfriend. You feel like he's soft. He can't protect you. He can't like show you what a guy can do. Like, you're not gonna like, oh, this guy can't change a tire.
Cam, I'm just gonna be transparent. I just have a habit of just giving too much too soon. Like, personally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I paid bills. I've looked out for people financially, like, as my partner, right, is what I would consider it. So that's why I'm, like, really having a hard time of saying, like, deciding what is husband, benefits. Because I feel like, if you're my partner, I'm dating you, I want to look out for you, I want to be there for you, I want to support you, and I want to do these things for you, and why am I holding this off until we're married if you're my person right now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just how you.
But I get it. I get the thing of people how they feel like something should be held off until marriage, or whatever. But like I said, also it's just like, well, how do I know if you're even going to be husband material if you're not even showing me these things now? Yeah. Because you are who you are.
Yeah.
If you're not capable now, you're not capable. And I would rather you give me it all than trying to wait until you figure it out later.
I mean, yeah. Like, for example, like I said, a guy is going to show you that he can protect you before he's married.
For sure.
A guy's gonna show that he can provide.
But that's not all the husband is.
No. But I'm saying like everybody be like traditionally a guy's supposed to provide.
Right, for sure.
X, Y, and Z. Like, you're gonna see that he can provide or he can protect X, Y, and Z. Like before even like engagement, even like the first year in a relationship, first couple months dating, talk to each other. Like you can see
his qualities of providing or protecting
Yeah.
and whatnot. You see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're not trying to see it, then you're not trying to see it, but you kind of see it. But like, some guys kind of like, oh, they give it all. Me personally, I'm kind of like one of those, like, I feel like you have to earn it just like I have to earn it from you too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not just like, I'm dating you, doesn't mean like you just have to
For sure.
cook, clean X, Y, and Z. Because me, my mindset is different when I was younger and to now. Like, yo, I know how to cook and clean, so I don't need you to cook and clean.
But that's obviously going to come in the development of the relationship too, which goes into my next question. But you can ask yours.
Describe your ideal mate Describe your ideal mate when it comes to dating. Wow.
You said
before
Keisha
the gap.
Cole.
I mean, before the close of her gap or after.
Before.
I love that Keisha Cole. Ideal mates.
That's kind of a hard question.
Because I want to say it without feeling like I'm just saying what all women want. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's going to provide and support. And I want to be careful with my words because I was listening to a podcast earlier and they was just talking about how a lot of women like, I don't need no man. You know, I just want you, right? And how that can be a little bit, you know, like just that wordage can be a little bit, you know, I don't even, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I just want somebody who can hold me down too. I feel like a lot of men are looking for women who can hold them down, and I feel like I need that as well. Being that I am a strong person, I show up very like strong in all of my relationships, my romantic relationships, my platonic relationships, my job. I am a leader. I'm a boss. I do all of the things. So I just want to be able to have somebody in my corner that I can be like, I could just strip all of those tasks, you know, and I could just say, this person got me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. You know, of course, the basics, you know, God-fearing, you know, so, you know, a great family man because I love my family. I'm always, you know, if you follow me, you know, my family is like the core of me. You know, I'm with my family a lot, so I need somebody who's going to be able to be a family person.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't be involved, then I really don't want to date nobody like that because, like, that's just not who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be sitting in the house with you all of the time.
Yeah.
I don't mind sitting in the house with you, but we're just not going to do that all the time, you know. So somebody who likes to have fun, who's spontaneous, and that's key. You know, like, because, again, I'm a leader, I think of a lot of things a lot. You know, I'm always a self-starter and thinking about, okay, we should do this. But I want somebody else who comes up with ideas and say, let's do this. You know, who surprises me with things. You know, so I just want a man's man. At the end of the day, I want a man's man because I'm just tired of being a woman's man.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Where'd
so
you
I
just
just want the
man.
things.
Like, and that's like, it's so much. It's a lot of
Somebody
things.
who I can depend
somebody
on.
who can be a manly man who knows how to do things around the house, who knows how to do things to the car. And even if you gotta be just simple things like, because some people still can't change a tire. Some people still can't. It's just certain things that you can't do.
If you can't do, at least have the resources.
But what if he's not one of those people who like think of ideas to be spontaneous, but he's always down to do whatever you want.
And that's what I'm saying. And
It's
that's a good. That's a great balance.
But what I'm saying is, but he knows how to change tire, oil, do everything.
That's a
all those
compromise.
things.
Let's not say that I'm not gonna appreciate
like,
what you do for me though. So how you can show up for me is how you're able to show up. I can teach you certain things that I need from you, and if it's up to you whether you want to learn these things or not. Just the same as for me.
He's asking what are we willing to compromise on.
But I'm saying say oh, you're the person, y'all the people that come up with ideas all the time. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And he's not like that. He's like, but he's always down for the cause. Like, you want to do X, Y, and Z. Let's go. But he's not one of those who think ideas to go do.
That's something that I'm willing to compromise on if you have an open mind. You know, I don't mind coming up with
to do certain things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, but you also would know what you like. So even just giving me ideas, like certain things that you like, just letting me know, and then I can just go off that. But it's still us working together, not me trying to figure out everything.
But it don't get tiring when y'all decide like come up with every idea.
I mean,
What's
for the
your
type of person that I am, my personality, it wouldn't, because that's just who I am. You know, I feel like for somebody to maybe acting out of character who feels like they're waiting for somebody to do those things, it can get tiring because you feel like I'm having to step up to the plate all of the time. But somebody who's naturally just like that it's not a problem because I'm already thinking about things anyways. So I would, you know, it's as long as you're like, oh, okay, cool, I love that idea, let's do it. And you're like, okay, let me pay for it or something like that. So like, even though you didn't think about the idea, you're taking the initiative to take control of it. You can even do it in that way. Okay, you want to do this? Okay, let me plan it. Let me pay for it and all that other type of stuff, even though it was my idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
As long as it happens, just show up.
That was your question?
Like, yeah.
No, that wasn't.
Oh.
I mean, to answer y'all question, like the ideal person, I guess
Yeah.
the vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Like as the woman, it would be the vice versa, which I just said. Like open-minded, X, Y, and Z, willing to do X, Y, and Z. This and that. So I guess y'all
Willing to
answer
do
my question.
X, Y, and Z.
Y'all answer my question, you know.
So you want the same type of a woman that we're looking for in a man?
I mean, we're all human beings. Take gender away, we're all human beings. Like.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying like you want a person that's open-minded, that's willing to do X, Y, and Z, this and that. I want the same.
That's going to
guys.
support you.
Yeah, like guys want
provide
the
for you in
same.
ways.
Guys want the same thing.
Okay.
Like,
And that was the first thing I said though. I said guys looking for somebody who's gonna hold them down. I want somebody who's gonna hold me down.
but as soon as I said you want a woman that's just like a guy.
No, I was just being clear.
Yeah.
I was just being clear.
I get what
I was
she
just being
meant.
clear.
So okay,
It was
so
the tone. It's not what you said.
We got some.
wait, let me read. I'm gonna read all of the comments
That Instagram is showing out today.
because they normally don't show
'Cause
out, y'all.
It be usually Facebook showing out.
Sia said, I'm saving my parents, but that could be because I've lost both my parents. I can get another partner.
She said it just like I said.
Yeah.
That's why I asked like, what's off the experience? of
Exactly.
losing one,
So
like,
yeah, probably.
And then Kim said, my mama would probably say, choose my husband. She said, husband benefits. Be present when I need help. Offer solutions and your support. Darius said, y'all want a traditional man. That's what you all, Ken&Kay, describe. But are you both traditional women? Most millennial women are new age women who want a traditional man, but they are not traditional.
Don't come for
women.
us, Darius.
Don't
come for us.
I think so. And
Don't
my
come for
answer
us.
is
My answer
It's
is
not-
yes.
but see, it's not. But still, it's just learning.
I cook, I
I
clean.
can definitely do all of that.
That's a
But
traditional woman.
Yeah, I can.
I
Definitely
cook. I
and
take
can
care of a
clean.
household, baby.
When I had a
do y'all
real-
stay home? Do y'all
That's a traditional woman.
if you're going out with our grandparents and everything else, so yes, it is. But everybody like my grandfather did this, my grandma did this. Yeah, she stayed
But
in
for
the
the
home.
most part, I'm in the house.
But they're
For the
staying
most part,
home with
I'm in the-
kids,
Yeah.
and I ain't got a bunch of.
And guess what?
I ain't
And
got
guess
no
what?
babies.
All these modern day ladies got like 5 different baby daddies and everything.
They got a
Hella
lot going
kids
to do
and
too.
And outside
I've
still.
already had my experience.
I
with all
consider
that,
I
and
definitely have a lot of traits of a
definitely-
traditional woman.
Man.
So I would say yes to answer
And I
your
will
question.
cook
Darius.
for the man who will make me feel appreciated. I will cook.
But
for
I'm
the
gonna
man.
say this. I'm gonna say this though. It's something that I've had to learn. It's not something that I've always been. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that I've always been a traditional type of a woman. But it's definitely something that I've had to learn to do. You know, like to make sure my man is taken care of.
Yeah.
And that's why I said that to the point of like sometimes I feel like I overdo things in a regular relationship, not saving it for my husband.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to show
But
that I
you
can
don't have
be
to
this.
save it for your husband because that's who you are.
So I am who I am in a relationship. It's just that as we grow, because it was supposed to be as we go, but as we grow, I am changing. But I definitely, as far as that goes, I can definitely cook and clean. I've done it. It just, like I said, I think that when it comes to a point where I don't feel appreciated or I don't feel like I'm being heard, is when those things start to dwindle. And I'm
Yes,
just
but-
now I'm falling into another whole place. But yes, I don't mind doing all that for the person for my
but-
And
person.
what
listening.
Yeah.
But-
I've learned to listen to a man.
Yeah.
But at what point
Relax.
do y'all recognize that what you're giving is not being reciprocated and it's not being given back to you? Do you leave? People like sit around. People sit around and wait till
Mhm.
you turn into this bad person. It's like, bro,
For sure.
why didn't you leave while you were still this good person?
And
when you recognize that
Yes.
it wasn't going the way it was supposed to go.
And speaking to my last relationship, because that was the first relationship. Was that the first relationship I ended? Technically, that was the first relationship that I ended.
Yeah.
Because I was the type of person who sticks around until it got bad, like, and just until you figured out it was done, like, so for me that's changed as I've grown too, to recognize, what, this is just not good for me, and I would rather end this while we still cool, and that's literally the conversation we had. Like, let's just end this now while we're still cool, and I know that you're going through some things and you can't really be here for me, and I can understand that right now, so let's end this while we can both be understanding, instead of us waiting until we hate each other, and and all of this, and we cussing at each other and all this type of stuff, trying to hold on to something that's just not working.
And that's why I said earlier, like, I'm one of those friends, like, do you want me to just listen? Do you want me to, or can I rebuttal? Because of the fact, depending on the situation, like, oh, this relationship with X, Y, and Z, but I remember you telling me about this relationship, and it was a lot of signs where you should have just left. Of course, it's gonna hurt and turn you. It's gonna hurt and whatnot. But if you gonna like, oh, my last relationship turned me to this, when did you recognize it turned to X, Y, and Z? Because
for sure.
Like people leave jobs. Oh, this job ain't treating me right. You'll leave that job instantly. But when a relationship ain't treating you right, you gonna stick it out. Why? What's the difference? Not trying to compare a relationship with a job or whatnot, but it's a commitment to something. What's the difference? Like, if I realize this chick ain't good enough for me.
I mean, but the difference is just how personable it is.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, it's going to be harder to leave a relationship than it is to leave a job because of the benefits the relationship provides versus what the job
but each one has a commitment.
Sure.
I'm just comparing the commitment. Like, I'm not comparing, like, obviously apples to oranges and whatnot, but the commitment to it is, like, obviously you kind of might need that job. And some people need to have somebody on their side.
For sure.
Some people tolerate it.
What you got?
So Garrick says he agrees with Darius. Darius said, ladies, there's a lot more to it than what you all are describing. Garrick said, define being heard. I think some women confuse being heard with being agreed with, and that's definitely not what I'm asking for. Darius said, you both have great qualities, but you also have the modern woman way of thinking. But also,
okay,
I'm just going off of...
So just tell us then, what is a traditional woman, Darius? What are you saying? What is a traditional woman? Because then we can say whether we are that or not. Okay. Because he obviously has a description of what a traditional woman is, and based on what we're saying that we are, it's not correct.
But do people actually have a true definition of a traditional woman or man?
He asked if we were traditional women.
But I'm just saying, like, even when like people say, I want a real woman, I want a real man, it's like,
right,
well,
exactly.
How do you know what a real, like, it's always the opposite gender saying X, Y, and Z. Like, bro, how do you know what a real man is? You're not a man. Like, how do you know what a real woman is? You're not a woman. And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not disagreeing with him.
No, we get it.
They're comparing it either to what they've experienced in their lives, or they're comparing to just the past.
But not everybody saw the ins and out of their parents' relationship. Yeah. Like, for example, like me, I'm not good with disagreements in relationships. I'm not good with
because my view of a traditional woman is what I saw on TV.
Yeah, like for me, like, I've never seen my parents argue.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've never seen a disagreement. So it's like, so for me, like, so for me, it's like, when I had a relationship, me and my girl was to argue all day. Like, yo, you got me fucked up. Like, that's not how it went, or you're wrong, X, Y, and Z. And she'd be like, oh, yo, my stepdaddy don't do this. Give a fuck about what your stepdaddy did. Like, I ain't your stepdaddy. Like, but you saw how your stepdaddy.
Because to you,
reacted.
That's a traditional.
Yeah.
You saw X, Y, and Z. I never saw how, like, my parents figured out a situation.
Yeah.
And like, it would never be like all out abusive arguments or whatnot, but we would argue.
Yeah.
And sometimes I look back at it like, yo, that wasn't really necessary to argue back X, Y, and Z. She could have said her piece or whatnot.
I like it.
And left
so
it
because it's really, and this, we talked about this at the barbecue, because it's really not about the relationship, more so is it about the individual person and what type of person you are, and dealing with communication and conflict and taking care of the house.
Exactly.
As more as it about a traditional woman and a traditional man in a relationship, but it's how are you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like I won't say building a house, but I want to say building a house. Like, say if I'm there from day one, I saw the foundation being made, the trenches being dug, and X, Y, and Z, and I'm seeing everything that takes to build that house. So I can tell the next person how you build a house. You might come after they put the roof on. You be like, oh, I know how to build a house. So what's step one?
Put a roof on. That's not step one.
Exactly.
That's not step
So
one.
you
So
told
like,
backwards, yeah.
like so it's like if you're not, you only see that your father provided, protected, your mom was well kept, you was well kept, X, Y, and Z. All right, well, what struggle did you see? What did you learn from that struggle? Like, you knew your father went to work every day. That's all you knew. You didn't know how he nurtured, cared for you, and cared for your mom, just like your mom did for him, and also the kids or whatnot. All you know is tradition. I have to provide and protect,
and I have to serve.
And then you grow up like, oh,
right. Traditional woman.
My pops was never there because he was always at work. That's traditional for you now? Like, I'm confused. Like, so you're mad that your pops wasn't there because he was always at work providing for you and your mom and your kids and the kids or whatnot. And you gonna turn around and do the same thing? That's traditional. Like,
can y'all hold this down?
Can y'all hold this down?
Okay.
But what? So just to go back to what Garrick said, define being heard. For me, being heard is not agreeing with me, but it's understanding what my needs are when I communicate them to you, just as much as you would want me to understand your needs when I communicate them to you, and actually following through with what I'm asking from you.
Yeah,
that's what being heard is to me.
In addition to me not always even having to say something, but you just getting to know your partner. After we talked about this last week, sometimes being heard is you being able to acknowledge something without them even saying it, because you've grown to know your partner that well.
That's not how God operates. I operate like that.
We have a question for you too.
What's the question?
So with your logic, first of all, so with your logic, if you've never seen an argument, how do you know how to respectfully disagree?
I think it also depends on the experience. Like, for example, I started to realize that like our arguments it was detrimental to our relationship and whatnot. And I was never one of those like, oh, she gets the last word and whatnot. I was one of those like, yo, you gonna say something smart, I got something smart back to you for you and whatnot. So I've learned like, yo, now like, yo, you wanna argue, I'm not trying to argue with you. So for me, like I've learned like it can be detrimental to a relationship. I'm thinking, okay, we might argue or not, but everything else is cool. But I also realized like the argument also tore us apart too. So like, just picking, I guess, experience is a great teacher or whatnot, because like I realized like not everything needs to be an argument. You might be upset, and I might take it the wrong way. So I might need to sit back before I respond to you.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what do you mean by this? Before I actually say something like, oh damn, I thought you said it this way, and you meant it another way, and whatnot. So like for me, like just learning, like not everything needs to be an argument. Pick your battles wisely. Like,
absolutely.
If that answers.
So now, if there is a situation, do you calmly discuss it, or do you, like in your feelings, if you really aggressive, do you take your time out before you discuss a problem? Or?
I think it depends on the situation. Like some situation, that reaction is gonna be a reaction. Like if you accuse me of cheating, just because I work late or whatnot, you're not gonna question my integrity and my character.
Yeah.
If you attack my character, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Or not, but it's like some minor stuff. Whatnot. Like you might think it's major, I might think it's minor. So me thinking it's minor, I might treat it as minor. And whatnot, instead of like that white flash.
It showed through me also like,
I'm like, wait, it was kind of late too. It's like, wait, but I don't know. So I think it depends on the situation when like and how you coming at me. Like you coming at me aggressive, we're all human. Like in the day, like I say, take gender away, we're all human.
Yeah.
Like if you come at me aggressive, I might be defensive and be aggressive with you.
Yeah.
It whatnot. So I think it all depends on how that person comes at you and how you react back to it.
So it sounds like although that's all you saw growing up, as far as people arguing.
No, I didn't see it, so I didn't know how to like direct myself in that situation. Like it was kind of like oh, don't argue. The lady's always right. No matter what, she's always right, and I was one of those.
But yeah, because I was always an arguer.
I was gonna say
because I always
thought my mom arguing. How I feel because I know me, and the me that I know can be very, very petty and I know because I know you, I know what I can say to hurt you. I just don't say anything.
Yeah, so like for me, like the mindset, the lady's always right, and I was the rebel behind it. Like, I feel they not always right. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Don't put your hand on the stove because it's hot. Guess what? I'm putting my hand on the stove today because it's hot. Because you got me fucked up. So, because you got me fucked up. Like, you not always right.
I'm finna see if this gonna burn.
Like,
Yeah.
exactly. So, like, back then it was like, yo,
Yeah.
y'all not always right.
Yeah.
Y'all still not always right. But that battle, I chose to fight another day. So, like, eventually.
I chose to fight another day.
You want to go first with your card? Oh, you want to do it last?
I can go now.
Okay, go ahead.
now.
Okay.
If your child told you he or she was gay, how would you respond?
I just had this conversation with somebody.
I think
you?
I don't know, but
I don't know. I think that was me.
I would definitely just ask my child, "How do you know?" But I wouldn't be like, "No, you can't be this way" or nothing like that. I would just really, I would be curious to know why he feels like that is his choice. And then I would support him if that's something that he was sure about. But if it was something that he's like, I don't know, I just feel these type of things, that I would help him to explore those feelings, whether that's going to therapy, or just us talking regularly about the different things that he's experienced, because maybe he's experienced something that I'm not aware of. And the type of relationship that I have with my child, I know that he would be vulnerable and comfortable to talk to me about whatever he's experiencing to make him feel that way. So I just would want to get some more details into why, but I would support him nonetheless.
It said it was specifically about our sons.
It said your child.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just have one
well,
child.
you do just have one child. Okay. Because I just had this conversation with somebody. For me, it's about understanding, like, are these your true feelings? Like, where did this come from? And I mean, I don't know, because of course you've known your child a certain way for so long. So it's like, okay, so how did this happen? Like, and not even in a bad way. It's just a way of understanding, like, how did this come about? Like, what was your thought process, or did something happen?
Yeah.
Did something happen?
Exactly.
Or like what or is this just the way you've always been feeling? Just trying to understand. But I can't do nothing but support my kids, because ain't nobody else supporting them outside of me in real life. So I can't do nothing but show up for them how they would want me to show up.
My daughters, I probably wouldn't care. Whatever.
Of course.
I probably wouldn't care. Whatever.
Of course.
I mean, if I had a gay son, keep my other comment to myself. But God willing, I don't. But I would still support him regardless. Like, I mean, I think if I had like multiple sons and whatnot, the first one time we get, I might cry.
Yeah.
I'd probably cry.
That's honest.
I'd probably be sad, like, and I wouldn't be angry or like disappointed or whatnot. I mean, maybe disappointed, maybe a little bit, but still, like, I would still support him unconditionally. You're still my son, regardless. I might not like what you do. I might not like the decision that you make, but it's gonna be some rules though. You can't just come to my house wearing some heels and whatnot. Nah, bro, you can't do that. Sorry, but I would still support you unconditionally.
So you protect me still and my feelings.
Yeah,
I'm gonna support you, but just still be considerate of the way that I feel.
Yeah, because like people like, oh, I was born this way, or
for sure.
Some people like, no, you weren't born that way. I'm not you, so you could have been born that way.
Exactly.
I can't say you wasn't. I can't say you was.
Yeah.
So, but I would support him unconditionally, but it will be some like sad feelings behind it. Even I might have jokingly said that my daughter wouldn't care. I still would care. I probably care as much as my daughter and son. I would not, because it's still my kid. Like,
yeah.
I want the best for him. If that's the best for you, then that's the best for you. Be safe, be protected. I would also.
Yeah. You were so mature. You was talking about how you be, blah blah blah. But look at how you answered that.
I mean, I'm a very honest person. You keep telling me this. Like, I'm not one of those like, oh my God, you're gay. I hate you. No, live your life.
But I think that's probably what people expected you to say.
I'm like, I know I said the question was wow, because it was like.
No, I'm saying, but people who know you probably would expect you to be like.
Well, feel like they know you just based off of what you.
Feel like they know you.
I mean,
even
NIU, I mean, I'm pretty sure if people saw me at NIU, I knew gay people. I was on PPMO. It was gay people there. I had no issue.
Like just because.
No, I'm saying like people always like, cause I was quote unquote had a rumor like, oh, he's gay because he'll PP up, or he knows gay people. Bro,
Everybody know get somebody gay.
exactly, but that was back then when like it was all out in the open that people were X, Y, and Z. But it was like, bro, I don't give a fuck if they're gay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care. Like guess what? They're gay. It benefits me more than anything else. You're gay. You like guys. There's more girls out here that I can pick from.
Because
Yeah.
you
Because you're gay.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So like
That's
y'all.
a weird way to look at it.
Yeah.
But like so for me, like I've never had that animosity towards X, Y, and Z. Just don't come in my house as
It's
my
X, Y,
kid.
and Z for me.
Yeah.
Like just come in my house as a kid wearing a dress and a goddamn and some heels. Like, bruh, do you outside the house?
Mm-hmm.
Like so unconditionally, I would support them no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
But like the first son though, I might convince you not to be
Yeah, okay. How would you feel if your significant other stayed in contact with an ex?
It's both of us just like
Looking
looking at you like.
Why y'all look at me like that?
You could have switched cars or something on that question. Like,
Okay, so who
How
would
would
go
y'all
first? Who
feel?
went first last time?
I'll go
I
first.
think he did.
Go ahead.
how would I feel? You go first. I gotta bring this one back in. If you tell me about this ex and whatnot, you tell me about your true feelings, everything else, what this person done, and you still keep in contact, something's still there for me. Like, if you say it ended all bad, X, Y, and Z, blase, he was a cheater, he was abusive, why you still keep it? I mean, I understand, I ain't never been in a domestic abusive relationship, so I don't understand that mentality or whatnot. But, like, you with me now, so, like, why do you need to...
Was it situational?
So you would be more comfortable if it ended bad, ended bad versus if it ended good.
That's what I'm saying. Is it
No,
situational?
I'm more comfortable, like, for me, I'm cool with all my exes. Like,
Okay.
we can have a conversation right now and
For
be
sure.
perfectly fine and not have any type of feelings. Or whatnot.
Yeah.
But, like, if it ended bad or whatnot, it's kind of like, why y'all still kind of communicating
That's
or whatnot.
so.
But not every relationship ends on a bad note.
For sure.
So,
Yeah.
like, as long as respectfully this person knows that you're in a relationship, I can respect it. And I can only control my actions or not. What you do is what you're going to do. And I might be giving you leeway to go do what you want to do and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I can sleep peacefully knowing that I gave you no reason why to go do something with your ex or whatnot. So you being cool with your ex doesn't really bother me. It's just off the respect level and the boundaries.
Because you're going to trust the person that you're with.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
That's
So,
basically
like-
That
what
was
you're
the
saying.
comment that was made. It
so,
depends
like-
on a trust level.
I'm not gonna go search for your dirt. I'm not gonna do none of that. But now, if we have something. He has something, he invite both of us, whatnot. We have something, he comes over. But now y'all doing a little bit too much.
I just don't know if I would want to have my exes in the same place.
But I think it depends. Like I said, it depends on. For me, it depends on how the relationship ended. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like so, like now if y'all doing a little bit too much, he kind of hugs you too tight. Hands kind of too low for me and whatnot. I'll let you know, like, yo, cut it out. This ain't that. Sorry. If you do it again, it might be a problem.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think it all depends on respect level and boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I'm just be honest upfront about what the friendship is, because it shouldn't be. There should already be boundaries in place, especially if you already have somebody.
Sure.
But I know for me, my trust it's just I trust that you would have my best intentions, and I yours. So as long as I don't see or feel that it's like that I'm being, my trust is being tested. Yeah, then I'm fine with it because everybody don't end bad.
Yeah.
Some people end up being in a relationship and realize that they are better off as friends.
Exactly. I feel like it's like, like me, if I was your girl and this was, me having friends, I would know the extent of where I can be friends with this guy that I was an ex with. You know what I'm saying? I would know if this person is still going to try something with me and vice versa. You would know if this person is still going to try something. So I'm going to trust you to be able to say, you know what, this is, even though we were cool when we were just dating, now that we're together, I'm deciding to back up because I know that this person may draw the line.
Yeah, I have
we can tell we can tell when people is on something with us.
Yeah.
If they're just settling for being friends because they're waiting on another opportunity.
Absolutely.
You know that.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, you just be realistic with yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can be realistic with each other.
I had exes like that or whatnot. Like, we were cool. And we might express each other like, yo, what do I do in this situation with this person? Or what does that person do with this situation, X, Y, and Z? Oh, y'all serious or whatnot, this and that. Or in a relationship, take a step back or whatnot. Just so, like, it won't be uncomfortable for that person that you with.
For sure.
It whatnot.
Because what I just tell you the other day, because I'm not finna make the person who I'm with feel uncomfortable to make somebody else comfortable.
Exactly.
Hell
and
no.
then also, I mean, everybody, people gotta understand, like, for me, like, I used to tell my ex all the time who used to, like, think I was doing X, Y, and Z. I used to tell him all the time, like, only person that can take me from you is me. Like, you don't have to worry about nobody else. Like, nobody can take me from you. I can only take myself from you.
Wow, that's real. Because it's my decision at the end of the day.
Exactly, like...
Cam.
Like, cause like, if a person cheat, it's not, oh, you did X, Y, and Z. It might be because you did X, Y, and Z. For me, I don't cheat or whatnot, but if I did cheat,
it was my decision.
it wasn't because, like, you liked or something. It was like, I decided
or
to
she
go out.
did something to make me do it.
Like,
that's a real grown-up answer.
That's a real grown-up answer.
But that's a real grown-up answer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's my choice.
Yeah.
And people like to, especially when it comes to cheating, well, it's because of this was going on and this person did this and I was vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, it's still your choice at the end of the day.
unless you got a gun to your head, you cheated because you wanted to cheat. Unless you got a gun to your head.
You ain't
got
got
a
the
car
card
right there.
If the kid was gay.
Oh, that was that one.
Oh,
Okay, so I
okay.
got the last one. Do you believe in living together before marriage? Why or why not?
What part of the relationship is like? Okay, I'm not gonna ask. Give me a deep and complicated
Yeah, just do you believe in it? Do you believe in shacking up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like
Yes. See now, because of course, okay. Yes and no. I feel like it depends, because if we got a place together and we broke up, because it's not being specific to like marriage or whatever.
for sure.
It's like now somebody got to figure out where they finna live. It's just so, even in a marriage, if y'all break up, somebody probably gonna have to, if y'all ain't choosing to stay in this house, we're gonna have to figure out where we gotta go after the fact. It's so many things that have to change once this breakup happens. So it's like, yes, I would like to live with you, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to have to figure all this stuff out at the end, and I would rather live by myself. And when we get married, we can come together and figure this stuff out.
Yeah, but then
I'm still figuring it out, but that's mostly where I am right now.
for sure. And I agree with you to a certain extent. You know, being a person who's been in shacking up and then having to start over.
Yeah.
You know, like, if there's still reasons why I'm grateful for those moments, because that's when you really learn somebody, is when you're living with them. There are different things that you can still hide and separate when you're living separately, right? So I feel like at some point in a relationship that should definitely get to that point. You know, even though religiously we believe that you should not be shacking up or whatever, but there's just certain things that you're going to learn about your partner that you would not learn if you were not living with them. You know, so now my stance is kind of just like, okay, while we're dating, yeah, we can live separately, but once we get to a point of knowing for sure we're heading into marriage, we're engaged, let's decide to move in together, so we can just like premarital counseling. Living together should be a part of that counseling. So that we can see how we're actually going to work in a marriage. Yeah. You know, like, but I don't agree with just living with anybody who you're dating. I don't. You should definitely keep things separate until you're for sure about that person. Yeah. Because you don't want to disrupt your life, and if you have children, your children's lives. Yeah. You know, so it's just consideration.
Yeah, and I've done both as well. So it's like, really, that's what I'm saying. I'm still trying to figure it out, like, as far as, because I know too, even when I'm with somebody, I really truly enjoy my alone time and my space. So
for sure.
I really, like, I have to find a balance between that. So but I definitely love being by myself.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, the only way we're moving in together if we're engaged. Anything before that, nah, we're not doing it. Like,
but see, that can be sticky because you get engaged, and it's just certain things that I think that. That's what I'm saying. I still fall in the middle because it's just so many things you have to take into account.
Because it's like, I think looking at an engagement
we're committed
differently.
We're getting committed.
Like, not as it. I don't know what I just said.
I was trying
I don't even know what I just said. I don't even know. But look, like, because people look at an engagement as like we have to get married now because we're engaged, right? But that's still just a stepping stone to what's next. It's still just a trial point period.
You will
so I agree with
you will not have me get on one motherfucking knee in front of everybody. I'm saying
because
no, I get it. I'm saying me personally.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on one knee.
And I don't want to say
I'm not getting on one knee in front of everybody. It's me. I'm very outspoken, but there's certain things I'm shy about. And I don't like embarrassing myself in public.
For sure.
So if I get on one knee,
See that.
if I get on one knee,
it's the end all be all for Cam.
if I get on one knee or whatnot, we better get married because like this ain't no
if you engage,
this ain't no trial and error
this
thing.
person moves in with you now and y'all are engaged and now she coming up with all the type of stuff. She got wigs laying over here, nails laying over there,
and that's my reason. That's my reason. Like you're only moving in after we engage. And like once
so
I
now
realize,
you can deal with it.
No, because like I'm learning how you are because we're living together. But beforehand, but you're not living with me, and I'm not living with you beforehand.
So there's nothing.
So
are you saying that there's nothing in that engagement period of living together that will stop you from marrying?
I mean, it will, but I'm saying like you said, would you move in, live with X, Y, Z? And I'm saying like my way when I would,
but I
is when I'm engaged.
Now is
like
at
that point in time, you're actually showing me.
Yes.
Who you are.
But that's
like I can hit you up. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm coming over tonight. I can hit you up at 6 o'clock in the evening. I'll be there at 9 o'clock. You have 3 hours to clean up your whole house.
For sure.
You have
even
a whole
though my
3
house
hours.
already clean.
And you could fucking deliver. You could order some food. Put that motherfucking regular tray. Like, hey, I cooked tonight.
It should not. Your house should not even be that messy.
But I'm just saying, like,
stay ready so you never have to get ready, ladies.
But I'm just saying, everybody can hide stuff like this because of the fact that
no, for sure. And
so like if I'm living like you move in, we're engaged or whatnot. Now
there's
I can see
preparation.
Now I can see if I can live with you.
Exactly.
And we can stay together. Like
when you rushing in the morning, what you doing? You know,
okay, cool.
When you getting off work, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? On the weekend, what you doing? How
I came to your house and you pissed me off. I knew I can go home. So I took my ass home. So you pissed me off, I can do this all over again. Now we live together one night. Now you blew me. Now, then, can I stay around you while I'm mad? Can we work this out while we're mad? Like, so that all depends on me. Because I'll be damned if I learn this after we get married. We move together.
Sure.
Yeah, whoever decides to marry me, just know when this is an event going on, she get real in my house. She be everywhere.
She be like, I don't know how I got like this.
Like my room is big and span. And as soon as we got somewhere to go, I'm like, oh my.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened here?
For sure.
So yeah, just know it get real when I gotta get dressed.
Wow, Cam, you've done great. You think you did good? Can we have a toast?
We didn't even say what we was drinking or nothing.
We didn't. We didn't do
we
it
drinking
last.
that Hennessy and Jack.
We Hennessy and Jack.
3 shots of Jack, 3 shots of Hennessy.
We're drinking.
Who?
She said
Jack Daniels with Coke and a splash of lemonade.
Hello.
Cheers.
Talk about
cheers to
Hennessy
Cam.
and Jack.
Great job.
I don't drink that shit.
Yeah, you say anything dark but Hennessy.
People who drink Hennessy is toxic.
Well, that was the old me.
I only got 3 kids after that.
That was the old me, and I only have one.
I only have 2. And it wasn't from Hennessy.
Okay. Anyways, we're going to move on. So, shout out to Cam, y'all. He did a great job. We thank you for being here, first of all.
Okay.
So, can you tell the people your relationship status? Even though I feel like they already know based on what your answers were.
Single.
Okay. Single as fuck, he says. He had to count them.
No kids. None
Okay.
of that.
So, we have something we want to present to you.
Roses.
For being a guest on the show. Thank you for being here.
How y'all hold it? How y'all hold roses?
However you want to hold them. How you hold them?
What's the proper etiquette way to hold roses?
Let me see.
I'm like, I don't know.
Ow!
You know,
There's thorns.
I said it's the stems.
Cause y'all got the proper way to hold stuff and whatnot.
So,
like,
okay, so Sequoia likes
just
to ask this question at the end of the show. Even though she only asked it once, and this is the third.
I asked it twice.
I've asked it the last couple. Sequoia asked this question, and I like to ask it again. So, what do you feel? What do you think about us doing this season for men?
Be careful, they're really thorny.
Yeah. So, what is your opinion on this season that we're doing in for men?
I like it. Like, this is the first one I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Like,
that's good too.
Cause guys do have emotions. Guys do have feelings, and guys do like. I mean, some guys like to vent. Some guys don't. But people have to feel safe and comfortable to vent.
That was one of them.
And this is one of those like podcasts that allows guys to.
You feel safe?
And that was gonna be my question. So
Kim,
we made you
you
feel
feel
safe
safe?
enough to be able
I
to
mean,
express yourself.
I already knew y'all, so I guess.
But still, you ain't have to feel safe to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim.
I mean, we
You
know
could have
each
been a
other.
booty hole. A booty hole, because
But yeah, like me, I don't. Gender roles play a factor in life somewhat, but I'm also one of those people like, yo, you're a human being before you're a gender.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like just because people say like, oh, a guy's supposed to do X, Y, and Z, y'all take into consideration how that guy feels about doing X, Y, and Z. Like,
sure.
do you take into consideration how that woman feels about doing X, Y, and Z, this and that. So, for me personally, like this is a great podcast to have guys come there, talk about how they feel, understand the ladies' logic, the guys' logic, stuff like that.
And look, and we had a whole conversation without arguing.
I don't argue.
I'm just saying, but I'm just like the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of
It's not
a lot of
debate.
conversations you see with men and women. It's debates. Oh, well, you have to.
I mean, I don't argue because everything I say is fact.
Oh God. Okay.
Well,
this has
Phenomenal
been.
Sophia said that great points were made by everyone. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Sophia. Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Kim, you did a great
Just
job.
make sure you cut the stems an inch and
Sequoia
a
is
half.
a plant expert. She has been
I know that part.
Got the plant food. If you
I
want
said
to
the
stay,
green term.
if you want to stay good for a week, you need to do it every 2 days. But I have more plant food if you need more.
Okay. All right.
If you really want to actually keep your flowers alive.
Tune in next week, guys.
Bye, guys. I thought she normally ended the Facebook first, but today she ended Instagram first.
What did you say?
Well, who say?
Comments.
Oh, the comment she